12 early signs of diabetes in adults over 50 you should never ignore. Have you ever had that feeling where something just feels off? Maybe your vision's been changing, not dramatically, just enough to notice. Or your skin feels itchy, especially at night, for no clear reason. Or you find yourself waking up hungry, even after eating a decent dinner. If you're over 50, it's easy to chalk these things up to getting older. We've all done it. Oh, it's probably just age. It's the weather. Maybe I didn't sleep well. But here's the truth most people don't talk about. Many early signs of type 2 diabetes look a lot like everyday aging, until it's too late. And that's why so many people over 50 miss the warning signs completely. These signs can be subtle, misleading, and surprisingly easy to ignore. I've seen it happen with friends and family. Someone feels a little tired lately, or complains that their shoes feel tight, or they're losing a bit of weight but think, hey, maybe that's a good thing. Until one day they go in for a checkup and the doctor says, you've likely had type 2 diabetes for a while now. That shock, that moment, it's what we want to prevent today, not by scaring you, but by empowering you with clarity. If any part of this feels familiar, or if someone you love is going through this, just give this video a quick like. It really helps me know that this is the kind of content you want and need. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 12 early signs of diabetes in adults over 50, not just the obvious ones like thirst or frequent urination, but the overlooked signs that most people never connect to diabetes. These are the ones that creep up slowly, disguise themselves as just life, and quietly affect your energy, your eyes, your sleep, your nerves, until they can't be ignored anymore. And most importantly, I'll share what you can do if any of these signs sound like you, with simple, no-fuss actions you can take starting today. So don't miss this. It could help you catch something early before it becomes something serious. And here's something even more surprising. One of the earliest signs of diabetes isn't about blood sugar at all. It's about what your skin is trying to tell you. So if you've been dealing with random itchiness or strange skin changes, you'll want to keep watching. It might just be your body's first quiet warning. And if you haven't already, consider hitting subscribe. We break down real health topics like this every week, especially for people over 50 who want answers they can trust. 1. The surprising signs you probably never connected to diabetes. Let's be honest, when most people think about early signs of diabetes, they picture thirst, frequent bathroom trips, or maybe unexplained weight loss. But your body doesn't always shout when something's wrong. Sometimes it whispers. Let's take a look at 5 early signs of diabetes that often go unnoticed, especially by adults over 50, and explore what's really happening beneath the surface. 1. Itchy, dry skin, especially on your arms, legs, or groin. It starts small. Maybe you feel a light itch on your shin or forearm. You apply lotion, it helps for a while, but the itch keeps coming back, sometimes worse at night. No rash, no dryness you can see, just that persistent irritation. What's happening? When blood sugar remains high for long periods, it damages tiny blood vessels and nerves under your skin. This reduces circulation, which means less oxygen and nutrients reach the outer layers, and your skin becomes drier, thinner, more fragile. But that's not all. Diabetes can also affect your sweat and oil glands, limiting your skin's ability to stay naturally moisturized. The result? Chronic dryness and inflammation, especially in areas like your lower legs, arms, and groin, where circulation is already more limited as we age. Unlike eczema or allergies, there's often no redness, flaking, or triggers like detergent or food. And moisturizers? They offer only short relief, because the issue isn't skin deep, it's metabolic. If that rings a bell, and you've brushed it off as just dry skin, give this video a like. It helps more people find this info. 2. Sudden vision changes. Sometimes things even look sharper. Now here's one that surprises almost everyone. Early-stage diabetes can sometimes make your vision better before it makes it worse. It sounds impossible, right? But here's what's going on. Fluctuating blood sugar alters the fluid balance in your eyes, especially inside the lens. This causes the shape of the lens to change temporarily, which affects how light bends as it enters your eye. So yes, things might look clearer for a few days or weeks until your blood sugar shifts again. Then, vision blurs. The key difference from natural aging? Age-related changes like presbyopia are gradual and consistent, but diabetes-related vision changes are sudden, inconsistent, and can reverse quickly, a red flag for unstable blood sugar levels. 3. Feeling extremely hungry right after eating. Have you ever eaten a full meal, and an hour later, you're starving again? You think, maybe I didn't eat enough? But the truth is deeper than your stomach. When your body becomes resistant to insulin, the hormone that moves sugar from your blood into your cells start to starve, even though your blood is full of energy. So your body sends out more hunger signals, urging you to eat again. This is called polyphagia, and it's one of the earliest metabolic symptoms of diabetes, especially type 2. The food goes in, but the fuel can't reach its destination. It's not bad willpower. It's a signal that your body isn't processing energy properly anymore. 4. Strange tingling or numbness in your hands or feet. You're sitting, watching TV, and suddenly your toes feel fuzzy. Or you wake up and your fingers are tingling, like they're asleep. We often blame posture, pinched nerves, or aging. But if it happens often, and especially if it's symmetrical, both feet or both hands, it could be nerve damage from high blood sugar. This is called peripheral neuropathy, and it often begins years before diabetes is diagnosed. Chronically high glucose damages the tiny blood vessels that nourish your nerves, especially the ones farthest from your heart, your fingers, toes, and soles of the feet. What makes this different from carpal tunnel or arthritis? Diabetic nerve symptoms usually start gradually, affect both sides, and get worse over time, often with burning, tingling, or loss of sensation at the tips. 5. Slow healing cuts, bruises, or infections. Let's say you nick yourself shaving. Normally it scabs over in a few days, but now it lingers. It stays red, maybe swollen. It takes 2 weeks to heal, or worse, it gets infected. Here's why that happens. High blood sugar interferes with your white blood cells, which are the frontline soldiers of your immune system. At the same time, poor circulation limits how fast nutrients and oxygen can reach the wound. This double hit, weakened immunity plus slower healing, means even small cuts take longer to recover, and that opens the door to infections. What makes it different from just aging skin? Diabetes-related slow healing often comes with other symptoms, like tingling or recurrent infections, and it tends to affect the lower legs and feet. If you've noticed wounds or bruises sticking around longer than usual, it's worth paying attention. Your body might be telling you something important. And what if I told you some of the earliest signs of diabetes may not be in your body at all, but in your mind? Coming up next, the subtle cognitive and emotional changes many people over 50 mistake for stress or memory lapses, but could actually be early red flags for diabetes. Don't miss this next part, especially if you've been feeling foggy, moody, or just not yourself lately. Keep watching with me. 2. Signs often mistaken for aging or other conditions. As we age, we start to expect certain things. More bathroom breaks, slower energy, changes in skin or weight. But what if the changes you've brushed off as just getting older were actually your body raising an early warning? Let's uncover 5 more signs of type 2 diabetes that are especially easy to miss in adults over 50, and why they matter more than you might think. 6. Frequent nighttime urination. Waking up to pee once in a while? That's common. But when it becomes 2, 3, or more times every night, it's easy to blame it on an aging bladder, prostate concerns, or menopause. But here's what's happening beneath the surface when blood sugar is high. Your kidneys go into overdrive trying to flush out excess glucose through your urine. This forces your body to pull water from surrounding tissues, leading to dehydration, and that's why you wake up so often to use the bathroom. Key difference from other causes? If it's diabetes-related, you'll often also feel more thirsty during the day, maybe notice dry mouth, and still feel fatigued, despite drinking plenty of water. If you've been losing sleep over bathroom trips, go ahead and give this video a like. You're not alone, and your body might be telling you something deeper. 7. Unexplained weight loss. Let's face it, after 50, losing weight without trying almost sounds like a blessing. But when pounds drop off fast and you haven't changed your diet or activity, it's time to look closer. Here's why. When insulin doesn't work properly, your body can't move glucose into your cells for energy. So instead, it starts breaking down fat and muscle, literally consuming itself to keep your organs running. This isn't healthy weight loss. You may feel weaker, lose muscle tone, or notice your clothes fit looser, but you're not feeling more energetic. How's it different from intentional weight loss? With diabetes-related weight loss, you'll often also feel tired, thirsty, and hungry, despite eating as usual. This is one of those silent symptoms that can go unnoticed until other complications show up. 8. Fatigue that doesn't go away. This one's tricky, because who over 50 doesn't feel tired sometimes? But this isn't just a long day tired. We're talking deep, persistent fatigue that sleep doesn't fix, the kind where you wake up feeling like you barely rested. The culprit? Your body can't use sugar properly, so your cells are literally starving for energy, even when you're eating enough. It's like having a full gas tank, but the fuel can't reach the engine. Different from stress or poor sleep? Yes, this fatigue is physical, not just mental, and often comes with other signs: hunger, dehydration, fogginess, and sometimes depression. If that sounds familiar, consider subscribing. We break down issues like this every week for adults navigating health after 50. 9. Dark patches of skin, especially on the neck, armpits, or groin. Have you noticed areas of your skin that look darker, thicker, almost velvety? Maybe around the back of your neck, your armpits, or under your breasts? This isn't dirt, and it doesn't wash off. It's a condition called acanthosis nigricans, and it's strongly associated with insulin resistance, the earliest metabolic stage of type 2 diabetes. What's happening? When insulin levels are too high for too long, it stimulates skin cells to grow faster and produce more pigment, especially in areas with folds or friction. Unlike typical skin darkening from sun or age spots, this type of discoloration is thicker, slightly raised, and often has a velvet-like texture. If you've seen this on yourself or a loved one, especially paired with fatigue or weight changes, share this video with them. It could be the piece of the puzzle they've been missing. 10. Increased thirst. Even when you haven't been sweating or eating salty foods, it's normal to feel thirsty after a walk or a salty snack. But when you're constantly thirsty, despite drinking plenty, it might not be about hydration at all. High blood sugar pulls fluids out of your cells, leading to dehydration. This triggers your brain's thirst center, so you drink more, but the cycle continues if the root cause, the sugar imbalance, isn't addressed. Diabetes-related thirst often comes with dry mouth, fatigue, and frequent urination, forming a classic trio of early warning signs. It's easy to miss this one because we often chalk it up to weather, aging, or just not drinking enough. If you find yourself always reaching for water, it may be your body trying to flush out more than just thirst. Now, all of these signs can sneak up slowly, but they speak loud and clear when you know what to listen for. But what if we told you the next set of signs affects your mood, your focus, even your memory? Coming up next, the emotional and cognitive symptoms of diabetes that many adults over 50 mistake for burnout, aging, or anxiety. Don't miss this, especially if you've been feeling not quite like yourself lately. Keep watching with me. 3. Especially common in adults over 50. By the time we reach our 50s or 60s, we start noticing small changes. Mentally, emotionally, and physically. You might find yourself more irritable than usual, forgetting a name or why you walked into a room, or catching colds or infections more often than you used to. It's easy to say, "I'm just getting older." But sometimes, those changes are your body trying to speak, and diabetes may be whispering in the background. Let's look at 2 more signs that are often misunderstood or misdiagnosed in adults over 50, but could point to a deeper metabolic issue. 11. Mood changes or brain fog. Have you noticed lately that you're more anxious, easily frustrated, or mentally foggy? Maybe you're snapping at loved ones for things that never used to bother you. Or you're struggling to find the right word in conversation, losing your train of thought, or feeling like you're in a haze by mid-afternoon. This isn't just stress or forgetfulness. When blood sugar levels swing too high or drop too low, it impacts your brain's ability to function efficiently. Here's why. Your brain relies almost entirely on glucose for energy. When your blood sugar fluctuates, especially in prediabetes or early type 2 diabetes, your brain gets too much sugar at times and too little at others. The result? Irritability, fogginess, mood swings, and even mild depression. It's easy to confuse this with menopause, sleep deprivation, or just getting older. But the truth is, when your cognitive clarity disappears and comes back erratically, it may be linked to blood sugar, not memory loss. If that hit a little close to home, give this video a like. You're not imagining it, and you're not alone. 12. Recurrent infections, especially yeast, urinary tract, or gums. You treat a yeast infection, it clears up, and then it's back again in a few weeks. Or you get a UTI out of nowhere, and then another. Maybe even gum inflammation or tender gums that just won't settle. These kinds of repeated infections are more than just bad luck. Elevated blood sugar creates an environment where bacteria and yeast thrive. It weakens your immune response and slows the body's ability to fight off invaders, especially in moist areas like the mouth, urinary tract, and skin folds. Why does this hit women over 50 especially hard? After menopause, hormonal changes already shift the balance of the vaginal microbiome, and when blood sugar is high, yeast, like candida, multiply even faster. That's why some women go through cycles of yeast or UTI infections, treating symptoms, but not the root cause. If this reminded you of someone, a spouse, a friend, a daughter, consider sharing this video with them. One conversation could make all the difference. Many people over 50, and even doctors, misattribute these signs to things like hormonal imbalances, sleep changes, high blood pressure, menopause, midlife stress. And while those may be factors, they shouldn't block you from considering something deeper, like prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, quietly progressing underneath. The earlier you spot it, the more you can do to reverse the damage, or even delay it entirely. Now, if you've recognized just one or two of these signs, that's already reason enough to take a closer look at your health. But what happens when you notice 3 or more? Coming up next, how to take action, from simple at-home checks to what to ask your doctor, and why early intervention could change everything. Don't miss this. The next step could be the most important part of your diabetes journey. 4. What should you do next? You've just learned 12 early warning signs of type 2 diabetes, and chances are, 1 or 2 of them felt uncomfortably familiar. But don't panic, and more importantly, don't ignore it. Because this moment, right now, is your window to take action before diabetes takes root, or gets worse. Let's keep it simple. If you've noticed 3 or more of these signs in the past few weeks or months, here's what you can do next, starting today. 1. Schedule an A1C test. This is a quick blood test that measures your average blood sugar levels over the past 2 to 3 months. It doesn't require fasting, and it gives you a clear baseline to know where you stand, whether you're in the normal range, prediabetic, or diabetic. It's one of the most powerful tools we have to catch diabetes early, before symptoms become irreversible. 2. Track your blood sugar at home. If you already have a glucometer, start logging your readings. Check in the morning, fasting, 1 to 2 hours after meals, before bed. Even if it's just for a week or 2, it can show patterns that help you and your doctor make better decisions or catch red flags sooner. 3. Rethink your daily habits. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight, but a few small adjustments, like cutting down refined carbs, walking after meals, drinking more water, can make a massive difference in how your body handles blood sugar. It's not about punishment, it's about empowerment. Your choices today directly shape your health 3 months, 3 years, even 3 decades from now. And here's something beautiful. Many people who catch these signs early go on to prevent or even reverse prediabetes, just by getting informed, being consistent, and staying hopeful. I know, talking about diabetes can feel overwhelming. No one wants to think of themselves as sick. But ignoring the signs, brushing them off, is what allows the damage to grow in silence. And here's the truth. The earlier you act, the easier it is to manage, and in many cases, even reverse early damage. So if you saw yourself, or someone you love, in any of these 12 signs today, hit that like button, let me know this video reached the right person, leave a comment 1, and share this video with your spouse, a parent, a friend. And if you're wondering whether it's possible to reverse some of these signs and what the real science says, don't miss the next video right here. Can diabetes be reversed? Here's the real answer you've been searching for. I'll walk you through what's truly possible and what to avoid. Sometimes that simple act of sharing opens the door to a life-changing conversation, because the signs we ignore today could become the regrets of tomorrow. But knowledge is power, and action is freedom. Take care of your health. Your future self will thank you for it.